looking at my teeth. They look so good right now. 23-month update for my braces. So after that last video, I thought my bottom teeth were completely perfect. Turns out later on in the day, as I was eating lunch, I noticed that the back wire wasn't in the very back bracket, and it was like moving around. So I went in for an emergency visit. They put it back in, and this tooth right here immediately pushed back noticeably. And then this tooth right here was down and in. And so it just jumbled it. And so I was like, I freaked out. And then I called again and I went in the next day and they looked at it and he was like, oh, I see what you're saying, but we're going to leave it. I'll let it do its thing because sometimes that can happen and we'll adjust it when you come back, especially because all of my visits have been so close together the last couple of months. I've had a 2-week visit, a 3-week visit, and now again, next time I go in, it's going to be a 4-week visit, and usually there's 6-week appointments, and even in the beginning, they're like 8-week appointments, and it can vary depending on what your mouth needs and your teeth needs. So this time, I was in there for over an hour, and I didn't think that I was going to be. I honestly just thought we were going in to check on all the adjustments that he had made. Go in, and he's looking at the teeth here, and he's looking at everything, and he's like, okay, what do we do? And obviously, the last couple of months, probably the last 6+ months, I've been really speaking up about the tweaks that I see and what I want and what I feel. And I honestly think they're sick and tired of me at this point. But when price tag wise, you pay almost $6,000 for your teeth and you've had what you suspect is health and medical problems from them, you're going to want to get the perfectest teeth that you can get for the money and to make it all worth it. Because if that's what happened, why wouldn't you do that? I digress. While I'm waiting for him, he's with another patient. She's preparing all the stuff that he said to do. I'm talking to her and I'm just like chit-chatting it up. I'm venting. I'm telling her my life story per usual about the teeth and all the health issues that I've had and how I don't like my front 4 teeth because these two weren't lining up. This one was sticking out way further and I didn't like them, and how, I wanted them to be shaven. And she was like, oh, I think he's gonna shave these back teeth right here. And I was like, those teeth are already so tiny. Why would you shave back there? Like, I love everything else. I just want the front teeth to go back. And we had already spoken multiple times after multiple visits that we were going to shave the teeth. That was my route. So they didn't have to pull teeth and I didn't have to have jaw surgery. Then I was okay with that. And you were okay with that. It seems like towards the end, and I don't know if there's just so many patients that go there that they can't keep track of the conversations that happen. Sometimes it gets put in the notes, sometimes it doesn't. And I understand that happens. It's so busy there, But it almost was like, oh, well, you did decide to do this instead of this. And, if you wanted to shave the teeth, we can definitely look into that. And I'm like, that's the plan. Like, that's what we had spoken about. Just felt a little disheartened with that. But as I'm like telling my life story to the orthodontist tech, I wasn't planning on getting them shaven that day, but he must have overheard me saying everything. And I don't know if he felt bad or if he was mad or anything. He didn't act that way. He just started shaving the teeth. And I was like, okay, here we go. Like, this is what we're doing. So he shaved it. Before we even got to that point, he had polished off this tooth right here and this one right here so that they matched a little bit better, because for some reason I have here the tiniest little like dip chip indent or whatever, and he talked about potentially at some point I could get like bonding put in there. I'm not worried about it. I'm really not. So when he goes to shave them, he shaves in here, and a little bit in between these 2 teeth right here to bring everything back, because I still have such an immense amount of flaring, in my opinion. I know that that's gonna happen. I have such big teeth, such crowding in my mouth. I don't have space. You gotta do what you gotta do. I understand that. I just hope this works out, because the gap, it's hard to see on camera here. It's pretty big. It's a pretty big gap. I'm really hopeful that this works. These look good. This one did go down a little bit, but they're all in alignment now. And yes, I know I have metal fillings. That's a plan for later. Looking good. This is from the side. And I also attempted to wear my rubber bands again for 2 weeks. And through whatever I did, wearing the rubber band, shifting something, I don't know if I tried a new face wash. Something happened and I started to have breathing difficulty again in my chest and tightness. So I stopped wearing them, stopped the face wash, and I feel immensely better. I will say though, after this visit, and I don't know if it was because I was in my head about it. I don't know if it was because I was jittery from my coffee. I don't know if it was from the actual teeth shaving itself, but I was immediately like shaky and I was already twitchy in my face over here every time I kept like trying to open my mouth to smile to show him my teeth, because I was doing that for like an hour. Anyways, after the appointment, I was really shaky and just my nervous system, like I had like an adrenaline dump, you know, all the things that had just transpired that I wasn't prepared for. I wasn't prepared for the teeth shaving. And it's a drill inside your teeth. Before that, he did like the metal file paper, which I didn't know that's what that looked like. I got poked a couple times, my gums, like I've got a tiny mouth. There's like no space to work, you know, and I feel everything. And that's not on him, that's on me. I don't know. I was just have all of this like energy and these nerves and just all the things, right? And I'm like rushing home because I'm like, oh, I'm barely gonna have time to come home and let the dog out and then leave to have to go get my youngest from school because he's got a partial day today. As I'm sitting here, I'm checking my notifications on my phone and I realized that the time has passed and I have an alarm on to remind me because I get busy. I gotta remember these things. I didn't go off and then I was like, oh, he's got band practice today. I don't have to go get him. So let me make this video real quick. I do feel a little bit better. I've got my emotional support water bottle. I'm hydrating. It's salted, got my electrolytes, and we're good to go. I don't know something's going on. I've been like emotional lately, just all the things, but I need to edit this video because we're already at 8 minutes and it's way too long. So hopefully the next visit is the last one and we're good to go.